viewers, my name is Steven Oluwasegun Olaleko, a gospel filmmaker. In this video, I will be sharing with us camera setting, and the camera that we'll be using is Canon 600D. Let's get started. So now we are using the Canon 600D for this tutorial, like I said. So first thing you do is that you power on your camera. This is the power, then you see there, power it on. Once it is on, then you move to the menu button here. So as you can see, you have this menu here. The first thing you do when you are about setting your ISO, like I said, is that you have the ISO button here. Press the ISO button. You can see it, you have it is 600, 6400. You have the number there from auto, and to do this, you have the tracking button. This is the tracking button, very close to shutter button. So once you press the ISO, this way pops up, then you can start tracking. You see? So, but like I said, you have to keep your ISO as low as possible. Just make sure you have enough light. But if you don't have, then you make sure that it is you just keep it to 800 and see what you can do with that. But if you need to take some motion picture and you don't have enough light all through, then you can keep increasing it. But you should prepare at the same time for noise. So that is it. But as for me, I want to keep it as low as like 100 or 200, at most 400. So now coming to our movie record size, you press the menu button. Then you use this to scroll. This is your movie record size, and you can just get into that with the setting button here. So once you do that, the next thing is that you choose your frame. Choose the frame. This one has been tampered with. Then you can use the tracking button to do the stuff, to select. Then, but I told you that you have to go for this setting. This is the one you go for. You can see it here. So when you go for this, then take that. That's 24 FPS, and you go for 19 by 20. 1920 by 1080. So, and the frame should be 24. And don't forget, some people, they do use this. That's 25 FPS, and we have people who use 30. But if you're going to set your aperture, once you click this, you can hold this and you start tracking this. You can see that this one is changing. Let me show you. This one beside the shutter speed. You can see it here. This is your shutter speed, the first one. Then the second one here, that is your aperture. And to control the aperture, the number you can see. Let me show you. Control the aperture, you hold this key and you come back to the tracking button here. This tracking button, and you can see I hold it. This is the last one from 0.2. Now when I move it upward, that should be F22. I guess, can you see? It's even more than that. So As you can see, that's the aperture. How to set your aperture: you hold this button and you control it through the tracking button here, and once you move it up, you move it down. That's when you are about to achieve a shallow depth of field. Then if you are moving it up, you are going for deep, or we call it wide depth of field. That is how to set that. Don't forget, we are using Canon 600D for this tutorial. Let's come down to shutter speed. That's very simple. Now you do this like I told you, that the double of your frame should be the number of your shutter speed. And how do you go about it? This is your shutter speed here. You can see it. So all you need is the tracking button, this button. So you can see that's the lowest one. Then you move it. As you are moving it, the thing will be moved, the number will be increasing, and you can increase it as much as you want. And don't forget, this also works on the brightness of your output. So this is what you use to control. This is what you use to control the shutter speed. You use this tracking button. If you are going to control the aperture, you'll be tracking this, but you need to hold this. You hold this. You hold this. Once you hold this, then you start using that's for the aperture. And for the ISO, you just press the ISO button and you still use the tracking button to do that. Thank you and God bless.